And we're back. This is Shred, and I am having a total blast. I asked your opinion on what colors I should use, and I got a lot of answers. So I used them all. This guitar is for me, and I love it. I haven't actually seen any responses to last week's video yet, because I'm motoring on with this. So I don't know what you think. I'm going to put my ISO tunes in, and yeah, there we go. I'm watching as many Guitar Factory tours on YouTube as I possibly can. We are planning big things at Crimson, and yeah, let me know in the comments below, with links preferably, which is your favorite ever Guitar Factory tour video, and I will check them out and I will watch them all if I haven't already. That being said, here's how we got to this point. On with the show. Messages. There we go. It's going to look so amazing. Burn it. Haha! Yay! So today, I have some edges to clean up and tidy up. Oh yes. I need to add some stain to the controversial maple strip on this backplate, and the headstock needs some stuff done, and then I'm going to apply finish. And this is going to be fun. Now, I'm going to be using our wipe-on guitar finishing lacquer. I'm going to go for as high a gloss of a finish as I can achieve with this, and it's going to take a little bit of a process. So this is going to be filmed over probably 4 or 5 days, really, with putting 2 or 3 coats on at a time and playing. The initial thing is that I'm going to have to apply using a foam brush. It's off camera here. These little foam brushes, I need to apply to only the stained sections, because the wipe-on will some of the stain will go into the lacquer, and because I'm leaving this section white, i.e. natural maple, it would streak and just be nasty. So, of course, I've overly complicated my life. But what would these videos be if I didn't do that? I am now at the stage where I'm pretty happy with what we've got going on here. I think I'm going to leave the headstock. I really do. The other option, potentially, is to go insane inside the shape and do that sort of thing in there. That could look amazing. But I'm going to leave that for now. Think about that overnight. The rest of that is all tidied up and nice, and I am going to start applying the first layer of our wipe-on varnish. I am going to have to seal just the places that have been stained. It's going to lift up a little bit of the stain and transfer it around, but that is okay. Let's see what happens. Doesn't look that great at the moment, but it should soon. It should. I can always just sand everything down, start again if I really need to. You know those things that you love and hate at the same time? I'm just gonna drill a hole in the bottom of this guitar and apply some finish. Oh, look at that. I have to remove that just to fit the guitar there. The question is, how much am I going to do actually hanging up and how much on the mat? We'll see what happens. I think I'm going to apply most of it just flat and then hang it up to cure. It's cured over the pieces that I've stained. I'm now going to stain the maple and the mahogany and the entire rest of the guitar. I'm going to leave the headstock clean and pure. I might go back in later and add something, but I want to see what those bevels look like as it is. Water-based wipe-on guitar finishing lacquer. This stuff is cool. On we go. The first coat on the colour should have protected everything, so I should be able to do that without spreading or picking up any colour. It's a little bit of a gamble though, so I'm just going to go in from the edges and see what happens. I just love the transformation that you get when applying finish. It is one of my favourite bits of a build. Now this is my first guitar build using this lacquer. We obviously tested and played and experimented, but I haven't done a full build yet. So yeah, this lacquer, or this varnish, I suppose it's really called, is quick drying, high build, and pretty damn durable. I'm trying to apply relatively even, smooth layers of this, and I am going to be rubbing it down to get as close to a high gloss finish as I can. So I'm about 15 minutes after applying the finish to the front of the headstock, and that is already dry. So this really is a very, very quick drying. It's not fully cured, but it's dry enough to touch. So I can actually now, at this point, apply a second coat without worrying about any issues. I'm going to... I love my chamfers, I love all of the shapes involved here, but, well, the finish does like to accumulate in them. If you have the option to send your guitar off to a professional spray booth, if you want a high gloss finish, that is, then do it. No questions, 100% no questions asked. If you want to get the best finish that you possibly can yourself, then this is a valid option and choice. And you will see throughout the rest of this video just how close to a gloss finish we can get. But you'll also see how much work it is, and no doubt something's going to go wrong. I'm hoping that I'm reverse tempting fate by saying that and nothing goes wrong. But, you know, rubbing down lacquer and varnish, etc., to get a flat finish, to build up a high gloss, it's not easy. It's not straightforward, especially if the damn luthier has created something like this beast. Yes, we build guitars. Yes, we build world-beating guitars with the best finish you can imagine and all of that jazz, but my channel, this, is about proving to people that they can do this sort of stuff themselves. And that's why I haven't sent this guitar off to the spray booth. I absolutely could have, and, you know, was tempted to. But that isn't about this. This isn't about that. I need a coffee. Anyhow, so I'm going to apply another 4 or maybe 5 coats over the next 2.5 days. I am then going to come back in on Monday and rub it down. 600 grit, 800 grit, 1200 grit. I will, in between one or two of those coats, maybe apply another coat depending on how it's feeling, and then we will see what we can do. I'm not after high gloss on the back and the neck. I will have a satin finish there. I want the top to be shiny though. So yeah, that will be it. Curing time is 15-20 minutes in the current weather. I will leave it to cure overnight at the very least before I rub it down, maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, we're gonna have something fun. We definitely are. The neck's already basically dry. Do I love it? Do I hate it? I think under a gloss I'm going to love it. I really do. What's that? It's too dark, you say? Copper leaf, you say? Well now, that could be fun. I would like to apply copper leaf in some of the areas that had the black stain on. I think that would just make it pop. So, let's do that. Initially, I need to flatten this back just a little bit. I'm not after a perfect copper leaf, but I do want to just flatten a little bit of the finish that we've already applied. Just wet and dry paper. And I'm not wetting it down. You want to start with a relatively flat surface wherever possible. If you want absolute perfection, then actually having a fully lacquered guitar that's then perfectly flattened in preparation for gold leaf is a good idea. If you can hear the squeaky ball in the background, that is Jasper, who's just gone and found the squeaky ball I hid from him so I could film this. There we go. Copper leafing, gold leafing, silver leaf, all of this sort of stuff is actually a whole hell of a lot easier than one might think. This is why I'm able to do it. All you need is a gold size. It's an oil-based gold size, 1 to 2 hour drying time. You paint on the size relatively gently in as smooth layer as you can get. And then wait 1 to 2 hours, depending on how dry or humid or warm, cold, etc. your environment is. And once you get a squeaking size, i.e. when you run your finger along the size, it squeaks. That means that the size is mostly cured and you are then ready to apply your And it's straightforward. You paint it on, wait for it to cure, put the leaf on, tap the leaf down and burnish it lightly, as you can see I'm doing, and then leave it for a little while before rubbing away the excess. I'm not perfect. I am not that experienced with this, and sign makers around the world will be shouting at me in the comments saying, well, do it this way and do it that way. And there are other ways of doing it, including using, I think, tempera, sort of egg white, and a burnisher made out of agate or semi-precious stones, etc. That's not this technique. This is heavy-duty copper. It's more substantial than gold leaf and a prettier color than silver leaf, in my opinion. And it works really well. And what's more, it is good underneath our water-based lacquer. And here we are, copper leaf on this guitar. I think it looks fantastic. I hope, because I'm saying this in the past. Let's see what happens in the future. This is coming together. Okay, so I'm not quite done yet. I am not quite done at all. It is raining copper leaf. I love this stuff. I am going to do a gold leaf guitar at some point, but you see how it makes the whole thing alive, and I'm very, very happy. I do want a few more spots of reflection and shimmering and chatoyance or whatever in some of the spots, and I happen to have the perfect product for that. And we do a gold, a ruby, and a sapphire blue grain enhancing filler, and this is a metallic filler, ostensibly for filling grain and then sanding back to get an interesting thing. I've got little ball bearings inside to mix it all up, but it also works as a metallic paint, and yeah, it's going to be perfect for this. All right then, I'm here, I'm done, I'm happy. We have got something visually stunning, and it took a little bit of effort and a little bit of change. There's a point where you need to say, okay, I've done enough, and unfortunately that point is almost exactly the same point as the point where you need to say, yeah, I've got just a little bit more to do. I think you will agree. I think you will agree that what I've done here was worth doing. So I have now got just a single coat of varnish on the top. I haven't done the headstock yet, although that's going to pop just as nicely. I'm going to apply some varnish over the next week. I'm not going to bother filming it. You'll wipe it on, wipe it off, yeah, sort it. Let's get a better shot there. Next week we're going to talk about the design of a custom bridge for this instrument, and we'll see where we're at with the finishing. I think it's going to take a little bit longer than that to get to perfection, but yeah, let me know what you think. I see all the comments. I am personally, finally, very, very happy. Thanks for watching. Please click like, subscribe, consider supporting our Patreon. It helps buy cameras and computers and actually pay the people who edit these videos for you. And don't forget, I'm doing live streams now. It's all fun. It's all... I forgot how to talk. It's all good fun. See you there. Goodbye. Leave me alone. I don't know. I'm going in circles. This hurts. Let's have another close-up. So there's some of the metallic blue. There's some of the metallic gold over yellow. There's reds in there.